Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to customize your YouTube channel as best as you can without being a YouTube partner. Um, Now, YouTube partners are given the ability to customize their channel in a way where they can add special banners and backgrounds and all this good stuff, while other YouTube users just have the basic stuff. But even though you have the basic stuff, you still can customize your channel. And I'm going to show you guys something. Let me open here YouTube and let's go to one of my favorite channels, equals 3, and I'm show you what YouTube partner's channel looks like. Equals 3 is a YouTube partner, and he's given the ability to customize his channel and add this really awesome banner on top and make funky backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. But if you're a typical user, you don't have the ability to have a cool banner, and most likely you don't really know how to change your background to look really spiffy. So let me show you my channel. Now, I don't have the same ability as Ray William Johnson in adding a banner and all that good stuff. But what I did do is I was able to create a background that fits my page really well. Take a look at my page. You see this background and how I got to write some stuff on the side and all these goodies. Well, I'm going to show you guys how to do something like this. In order to do this, you have to create a template, and in order to create a template, you need some type of image processor, such as Photoshop. Photoshop is a really good image manipulation program, and we're going to be using that. So I'm going to show you how to use Photoshop to create such template. Now, the way to go about it is to first create a screenshot of your channel. We're going to start with the basics. So I'm going to hit my print screen button, and I'm going to go into Photoshop, and I'm going to create a new canvas, and I'm going to paste in the screenshot of my site. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy only the background, the part which I want to modify to create my brand new background. So let me go and do that, and I'm going to use the selection tool over at the left corner, and I'm going to select exactly where I need my background to start and finish. So in this particular case, I'm going to crop right around the channel's page borders. Take a look at exactly how I'm doing this. And this is really easy to do. Take a look. So now I have this. But the only thing that I'm missing now is the slots where to put my graphics, right? So I'm going to delete my existing layout by just simply highlighting it and just clearing out everything in between. Take a look at how I'm doing it so you have a good picture of what I'm doing. Except my delete key doesn't seem to be working, so I'm just going to fill it with white color. And we're just going to put a really nice picture over there later on. So right now I'm creating a totally empty looking border. Alright, let me fill this section in with white. And again, the very top, let's fill that in with white. Now I'm just going to use any image to quickly show you how this whole thing is done. It's actually extremely easy, believe it or not. Take a look. So the only elements I really want to keep is I want to keep my page, the standard YouTube stuff. Like for example, I want to keep my pages like a channel, like the box view, and I want to keep my channel's comments and activity and all that good stuff. But where I'm heading at with this is, after you have your template, and I'm not going to spend too much time on making it perfect, but once you have this particular template, what you want to do is you want to hide the inside of your layout. And let me hide it, and take a look at what I have here. What I have right now basically is just a blank looking background. And I'm going to modify this background by adding any image. So let me go into Google real quick, and I'm just going to pick a random image. I like to use Windows wallpapers, for example. Let's type in wallpaper as a keyword. I'm going to use any image just for the sake of this video. And let's see what we have here that looks really cool that I can try to use. Now, it's best to use something that's continuous, and what I mean by that is that it never ends. The reason for that is because if your background repeats, then you don't want it to continue where the background ended originally and create like a choppy line in between. I may show you an example of that, but let me pick a cool background and show you what I mean. Yeah, this one looks pretty crazy. Alright, let's go with this. So here's a really interesting picture of this zombie looking guy, and I'm gonna save this image to my desktop. And let me go into Photoshop and open this image real quick. It's called Horror Wallpaper. It looks very cool, right? So I'm going to copy this entire thing. I'm going to go into the template that I just did, and I'm going to paste it in the background. Take a look at what it looks like. Now let me put the layer of my channel on top of it to get an idea of what it's going to look like. So let's see what it's going to look like. It's going to look something like this. Now it doesn't fit the dimensions exactly, and it will repeat. By meaning it will repeat is that if I choose the option to repeat the background, you're going to see the zombie's head on the bottom of my screen all over again. Now, I don't want that either. So let's now take this image that we have and let's fit it exactly into this template by free transforming it. So in Photoshop, I'm going to hit Control T, and I am going to select the corner of this wallpaper, which you see is clearly sticking out of my canvas, and I'm going to put it somewhere along the line of this. Take a look, going over, and perfect. But now the problem that I have with this is that if I put my my channel on top of it, you'll see that the head doesn't come out totally perfect, but for the sake of this experiment, I'm going to leave it as is. So take a look at what I have so far. Let me zoom out to 33%, and you'll take a look at what my channel kind of looks like. So let me save this template. So I'm going to save this on my desktop, and we'll call it Untitled 2. That's fine. Okay, now let me go to my YouTube channel, and let me change my background, and let's see what that looks like. So in your channel, being that you're the owner, right, we're going to go and we're going to click on your channel icon, and we're going to quickly select themes and colors, and we're going to click on show advanced options. I'm going to delete my current background, and I'm going to select the new one that I just created, the Untitled 2, and take a quick look at what it's going to look like. It's uploading the image. There you go. So here's what I said. Remember what I said about repeating? Take a look at how it cuts off here and starts the image all over again. So if I untick the repeat background option, it's going to look very nice, except the bottom is going to look all weird. So in that case, I want to continue my background, and the best way to do that is to take the canvas, right? Let me just select the entire canvas, create a new one, but this time make the height much larger. Let's make the height, let's say 2500 pixels, which is way too much, but that's fine. So I'm going to paste my image on there, and now I'm going to continue it down in a way where it's not going to be all chopped up. So how can I do that? Well, with this image is a bit more difficult, but what I could do, for example, is I can grab this particular top, give my little zombie over here a little black a black line that's going to differentiate where it ends, and I'm going to continue the entire background, so to speak, downwards. So let me transform this down. Hopefully it's not going to look like crap when I do it. Oh, seems to look okay. Why not? And let me apply this, and let me head over here, and let's drag my black line up so it signifies where the zombie head is going to disappear. And let me trim it. It doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I have now something like this. Now this won't have to repeat itself. It's actually going to look much better, and you're not going to have that choppy line in between. So let me save this again over my old one, and let's go back to my channel, and I'm going to delete this background, which I don't even need anymore, and I'm going to swap it out with my new one. It's going to take a couple of minutes to upload, but once you take a look at it, you're going to understand why I continue to green down. Take a look. You see how now it's not choppy anymore? It's just a continuous downwards kind of thing. So what I don't like also is the way the alien's head's kind of sticking out too far from the image. I could do that in Photoshop, but I didn't pick the best background to do this with. So it's not going to look all that great. As a matter of fact, if I take this layer, right, and I create a new background layer, and I'm going to stretch it up high, and I'm going to set it to be in the back of my alien pretty much, I'll be able to transform the alien's head and not lose the green color. But that doesn't still mean that it's going to look good. It may not look good at all actually. But I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to move my alien's head a little bit backwards. Let me select the right layer and move the alien's head more back. Now you see what my problem is? I'm losing out on the green image over here. So let me select this green part all over again and drag it over. Okay. So all I did right now is just realign the zombie's head, and it's still not going to look good. I'm not going to go through the tools to smudge it right now to make it look perfect, but I'm going to show you what I did do. So now I can go and save it over again. So this is the trick to making layouts. Basically, you just copy your existing layout and you work from there. Let me delete this background and let's upload my new background. And now you'll see the head is going to show more. It's not going to overlap over my channel. Take a look. Let it pop open. There you go. So now the head is a little bit more clearer, and obviously it doesn't fit enough. It's too big. But you have an idea of what I did exactly, and it actually looks not that bad, to my amazement. Now let's say you want to add some text into it. You'll click on the text tool, and I'm just going to write here some text, blah 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 blah, yada 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 yada, and then blah. And I'm going to take this text and I'm going to leave it over here at this corner. I'm going to transform it a little bit so it'll better fit over here. And now I'm going to save it again. It's all a matter of just saving over and over, but you get the idea of how to create your wallpaper, I hope, just from looking at this video. I'm going to go over the steps finally in about a moment. So let me head back to my channel, delete the background, choose it over again with the blah 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 text, and you'll see I created some background text which will appear right here on the left hand side. It's going to say a couple of blah blah blahs and yada yada yadas. You see, I did horrible spelling over here as I was typing because I wasn't even looking at the keyboard. But take a look. I'm going to go into my incognito window, and I'm going to refresh my page, and this is what it's going to look like for everyone right about now. If you go to it, oh, I never saved. Okay, timeout. Let me go back and save this document because I didn't save my changes. Okay, so I saved them, and let me go back to my window, reload it, and this is what it's going to look like on everyone's browsers. And this is basically my my new wallpaper. So now you have an idea of how to create this. So let me just go over the steps of making this. So what I did do is I copied my screen, I copied the layout of my channel or your channel. You can copy the layout for it or someone else's or whatever the case may be. And then all you have to do is cut around it, crop exactly the background that you like. In this case, you could see my template over here, how I did it. All I did really was crop around. Oh, there you go. It's this picture. Sorry. All I did really is crop out the background to my channel. Here's my channel. Notice the white, right? I just basically cleaned it all up. Let me go back 75% so you could see. And I deleted here the background, and I just put my image over this, and I simulated a background based on building it on the factor that I have these particular elements on this canvas. So I'm going to design around them. Now if you're good with Photoshop or other editing programs, you can easily make like vines to go around this, or barbed wire, or laser beams, or whatever the case may be. But now you have a good idea of how to create your own background and make it look really cool. Just design around your current layout. Hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.